I'm Barbie Barnett and I have foot drop. I came home with a huge white AFO like brace. It was like a ski boot almost. And that being a horrific experience, I ended up throwing the boot away. Everything that I normally would do, I stopped doing. I stopped 4th of July. I wouldn't go out on the 4th of July with my kids because I was afraid I might step in a hole and twist my ankle. I would actually drive down to my parents' house, which was 2 houses away. So I called Allard USA up and I said, you know, you probably can't help me, but this is the story. And it wasn't that, oh, we'll see what we can do for you. It was, well, what color brace do you want? I put the brace on and I went into the hallway and I ran down the hallway. It was the first time I ran in 2 years. It was amazing. And my girlfriend's crying and my science teacher was out there. He's crying and the Allard rep's crying. It was a very emotional time because I didn't know what I was missing at the time, and I just felt like, wow, I got my life back.
Hi, I'm Diana Thomas. I'm a CPO in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I love using the Allard ToeOFF. My patients love the response they get. They get a more natural gait once they, I mean, it's immediate how fast, once donning the ToeOFF, their gait improves. And I've had patients in them, the same pair for over 5 years, very durable, well worth the money. Thank you.
My name is Darren Smith, and in November 1st of 2002, I was having a surgical procedure to remove a benign mass. It's classified as a tumor, but it's non-cancerous, and my left side. And when I woke up from that procedure, my leg was completely paralyzed from the hip down. My experience with an AFO was what I got out of the hospital, which was a plastic, clunky thing that didn't fit in any of my shoes. I met one of our other teammates, Craig Hotsberger, at I think it was a 2010 National Xterra Championships in Utah, and he let me try out his brace, and I ran in the airport. Security doesn't like that much, but I jogged into the airport, jogged back, and I'm like, I have to have one of these. This is the best thing ever. First of all, it helps with my lateral stabilization, but it also, I didn't trip. I didn't even feel like I was going to trip. My foot was totally up. That's exactly the way I wanted it.
Products in Spring, Texas. I love Allard products. I use the baby gate, the kitty gate. I think they're fabulous. Allard has great customer service.
My name is Todd Hart from Copley, Ohio. In late 2009, early 2010, I was diagnosed with level 3 melanoma cancer. And over the course of the next 6 months, that involved 3 surgeries, the loss of the femoral nerve. I had gone through at least 4 or 5 different types of designs and styles of braces that none of them were comfortable, gave me the confidence or the control that I would expect of an orthotic. And I was out searching on the internet one day looking for high performance braces, people running, etc. And all of a sudden I came across Beth Deloria, and I just dropped her a note, I think on Facebook, and said, hey, here I am, this is the condition I got, do you have any suggestions or for me? And she bounced back, said, hey, you know, this is what you may want to consider. So I went back to my orthotist, I said, hey, give me a ToeOFF. This is what I hear is probably what I need. And a couple weeks later, he'd ordered one in, and which is somewhat disappointing because he knew what I was looking for, and he knew these existed, and that was the frustration part for months, that I could have cut off of that. But once we put that on, nirvana. Right out of the box. Comfort, control, confidence. Everything I needed to get the quality of life back.
Hey everybody, just wanted to show you a good before and after picture with and without the AFOs. If I just concentrate on keeping my weight on the inside, I can walk barefoot. And holding on to something helps. I mean, I can go without anything, but really have terrible balance. Ta-da! This is me in the AFOs. You've seen me out there running in them. That was kind of graceful, I guess. But anyways, it was after that initial excitement that I really found out the best thing in the world about these Blue Rockers, and that's that I can walk and stand better than I ever have in my life. I can walk, look people in the eye, look around as I'm walking better than I ever have in my entire life. I've never experienced this. This is probably the greatest gift I've got from these Allard Blue Rockers, in addition to the shirt. So here's me with the shirt, smiling, happy, feeling better than I have maybe in forever.
I am Susan Rudiger, and I have Charcot-Marie tooth, and I wear the Allard ToeOFFs. And I love my ToeOFFs because they give me this huge independence that I never had before. I can walk freely, I can hike freely, I can climb to the top of the Acropolis in my ToeOFFs. I have such a high quality of life because of these devices that I have on my legs, and I'm a very happy woman because of them.
Thanks, Allard, for the wonderful ToeOFF AFO brace. Now I can walk in the woods again without any assistive device. Thank you.
I'm Lisa Victorious. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I was the captain of the cross country and track team at the University of South Carolina. And during my junior year, I fell over a hurdle and I dislocated my knee. And as a result of that, I tore several ligaments in my knee and damaged the nerve to my foot. And that's the cause of my foot drop. You know, so when I first had my injury, I was 21 years old, a junior in college. You know, I really felt alone. So finally, my orthopedic surgeon said, okay, like, you can run, let's get you a brace that's gonna allow you to do this, and sent me to an orthotist. And when I went there, he said, oh, I know this woman, Beth, she runs marathons, she wears this brace called the ToeOFF by Allard. You know, let's try you in it. So basically I put it on and I felt like I was walking normally for the first time in 6 months. So that was a very cool feeling. And then basically the next day I went out and ran 2 miles. So, and then a few months later I did my first half marathon. I mean, I wore my Ypsilon in my wedding, like, it's been with me through a lot of my major life events, my graduation from college, my graduation from PA school, my wedding, like, you know, I wouldn't have felt confident walking across the stage or down an aisle without my Ypsilon.
Marco was always typically very uncoordinated, and we had brought him to the pediatrician for his annual well visits. He actually broke his arm when he was 2, when he just tripped and fell, and he braced himself with that arm, and he was always tripping, and we were kind of concerned about that. But we finally brought him to a different orthopedist who said to us for a routine checkup one April afternoon 3 years ago that he had a form of cerebral palsy. For him, he's proud of his brace. In fact, when we went to a recent orthopedist appointment and the doctor was explaining to him how maybe one day he wouldn't have to wear it and he can have this surgery, he actually said, you know what, I'll always wear my brace because it's part of me. It's become, you know, sort of synonymous with Marco Festa. You know, like as much as his curly blonde hair is a part of him, so is his brace. It's just an extension of who he is.
Hey, it's good. It's good to wear a brace.